Good afternoon, everyone. It's lunchtime. I'm back with Genshin. I'm mostly over my cold. That was a trip and a half. Was not good. That much needed rest was it's something I had to do. I definitely had to do that. Um, in news for the account, I was keeping up with it. Forrest was also nice enough Saturday when I did suffer the food poisoning, which I mentioned over on Blue Sky. I requested that he go on both of my accounts and do the ley lines so I didn't miss out on the event and just condense the resin. So thank you for that, hun. But what we determined, because when I came out, he was in the abyss. Uh, this abyss is not catered for this account. Hi, honey, how you doing? Um, this account can't do the abyss. Like, this abyss is not good for the state of this account. And I do know, of course, that most of our characters that are decent, like most of Chaska's team, is all but Farina, are level 80, and they do need to be ascended and stuff like that. But Mualani is so weird. Because granted, the first half, that first floor, isn't going to be terrific for her, especially with the consecrated beasts, because one of them is highly resistant to Hydro. But it feels like something got tweaked in her kit or her stats, and I changed like nothing. So I want to case in point. So these are what her stats look like. This is on the Wit Sith, by the way. So we know the Wit Sith does cause a little bit of issue. You are a lovable goofball, Mualani. But she has like a 79 crit rate here with her artifact set. I don't think she has the crit rate headpiece on. She might. No, she has the crit damage headpiece. So this headpiece is the thing that's flipping between her and Chaska. And I originally threw this one on her because of the energy recharge. Her energy recharge has been really low, and I would like it higher so she can consistently burst, because that's where her big numbers are coming from, right? And I was like, well, what can I throw on her? We did try throwing the HP goblet back on her, because this was Farina's Hydro Goblet. And that didn't really seem to do much of anything. The HP Sands, this is like the best thing we've got. Unfortunately, it does have 14 crit damage, so I'm not going to sneeze at it. And then we got some feathers here. Like, this is probably the best in between. Like, this one here has more HP in it, which I would argue, because my new Valette has something similar. Hi, Brian. How you doing? Like, my new Valette has something similar on his flower, where his flower, I believe, is, I want to say EM, not ER. But it's EM or ER, crit rate, crit damage, with the same kind of stats here, where it didn't really roll into them, and then an ass ton of HP percent. And I found out in testing on my new Valette that this kind of item was better than something that had higher crit damage. So I'm like, okay, well, this one might be better, but then her crit just tanks. And then we have this one here, which I was putting on Chaska because it has like another stat that Chaska wants. But again, it just lowered her damage so much that I was like, okay, well, I guess I just go back to what her build was. And this was her original build. And she's with the codex. I'm going to rephrase that with the codex. Her original build was two piece. But it feels like she's not hitting as hard. That's good. I'm doing all right. Cold is mostly over with, which is good. But I definitely feel the pressure in my head. Although I did have both my ears pop at the same time while blowing my nose a few minutes ago before stream. So that was awesome. So I don't know what to say about Mualani at this point. Like, I wonder if the hit points would be better, which means we would need to finish leveling this, which, what day is that? Today, actually. So we could go and get the stuff for this today and test it. Actually, no, before we decide to do that, because I want to just condense my resin regardless, what we can do as well is redo the testing with the prototype Amber, because even though it's not going to give the sub passive that this one does, it is HP, and I believe it's the same amount of HP roughly. So if that's the case, we can see what our numbers are. I remember the numbers just being consistent rather than wonky and all over the place, but it just seemed very low, and I don't know if that was because the weapon is level 80. I don't think it is. But it could be. For all I know, it could be. I don't know when I jumped on yesterday. I think it was like at 12:30. So I don't think I could do my artifact run just yet. So we might have to do the testing first. Going away meeting for a coworker of mine soon enough. Ah, technically you're at work. Okay. All right. So let's take the Witsith. We'll keep Witsith first. How about we are we in front of it? Yeah. Condense my resin, please. And I find it funny that this is basically my Chaska team, just minus Farina for my friendship team. Well, why am I using a friendship team with people I use normally?
Able to enjoy a proper, happy childhood. But when I was on the brink of death, Mama Bird gave me a new life. And when I was lost and directionless, Koichi gave me something to believe in. Behind me, I have my Saurian family, my human family, and every other creature in the family we call Natlan. So I will not be defeated. Not by the abyss, and not by life's hardships. Watch me. I will transcend it all.
There'll be an extra fee for that.
Okay, there were a lot of pauses in that.
Ad Astra Abbott. Thank you for complete.
But the reason why I have my things set up like that, and I do it on my main all the time too, is just because I never remember who's in my teapot and who I haven't had friendship 10 yet. So I just throw characters that I know don't have it. That's the only reason. Let's see. Alright, let's go to the desert. That's not the desert. Alright. So let's go here for a sec. Who doesn't have... Okay, Moonlani needs hers.
No going off on your own.
Okay, that was a 3. So the biggest thing we gotta pay attention to for Mualani... Close enough. Alright. So the thing we gotta watch for Mualani is what the Witsith charges into. If it's a 2, we know the damage is gonna be decent, but it's worth looking at, just because, again, she's supposed to hit, like, anywhere close to 400k. We've seen 400k, I think, on this enemy with her burst. But on average, anywhere between 200 and 300k is what we're looking for. That's if it hits the 2. No bursting here outside of Mualani, just because I need to see.
Need a surfboard?
I could do it on Shalonen if HP becomes a problem. 2, 3. I didn't see what it popped up as. 160. Bonk, bonk. Did not crit. Alright. Only got 2 bonks. And 30k. Alright. Build up to my thing again.
Carving waves. Amazing. Surf's up. Bring it. Let's ride.
That's a 3 again. Oh, I killed it. Whoops. Alright. Try this one more time with the Witsith. That's the other thing, too. It feels like she's not staying on the shark long enough. I'm barely getting a total of 2 passes.
Off we go. Look alive. Ha. Nice and spicy. Faster.
60k. 60k.
Let's shred.
Just do it. I didn't even see the number, but that is pathetic. So that has to be when she's on the 3. So let's assume that's the 1 or the 3. Because she's hitting like a wet noodle. In prototype Amber. Yeah. So this should give a total of 41% HP, which is now giving her 37k, which was how much a difference? Oh, okay. That is a little bit of a difference. So 31 as opposed to 35? Or 37, excuse me. So she's getting 6k HP out of this.
Need a surfboard?
We do need you to get some energy, girl. What did your stats go down to? So we lost like 50 something crit, right? Okay, 165 is still respectable. It's not the 200 that she had, of course, but it's still respectable.
Let's ride. Amazing. Surf's up.
And she crit on that one. Of course she did.
Need a surfboard? Let's get it on! Carving waves!
160.
Amazing!
160.
Catch an epic wave!
Okay. Huh. Alright. Where's something I can whack on? I need energy. I see you. Come here.
Need a surfboard? Off we go. Ha, ha. Yeah! Let's ride!
Okay, we're good.
Faster!
Now, granted, I'm not seeing the numbers that I used to on the Witsith, but that previous run with the prototype Amber was more of what I'm used to. And that's really weird. So if I'm getting that from the prototype Amber, maybe we should finish the other weapon and see how Mualani does with it. Again, of course, I'm not using my other purse, so that would help out, but...
Bring it! Look alive! I'm the right man! Let's ride!
Alright, there's the 165 again. 165, and I got knocked off.
Shred, Sharky!
Yeah! Alright. Decision made. Decision made. Let's see if this will help. I don't know what's in here. So let's just bring Milani's team in, and we'll see. Since there's at least 2 level 90s in this party. Oh, what's this thing?
Let the mountain veins boil. Let's get it on. You're toast. Faster. Need a surfboard?
Now again, this might just feel better doing stuff in the overworld and other bosses and stuff like that and not the abyss. Because we did see some problems in the abyss, but we weren't using the prototype amber. So something that had the cap of HP and whatnot on it. But again, this abyss kind of sucks.
Off we go. Bring it. Hear the echoes of the valley. Buckle up. Hi. Carving waves.
How did you not die? Okay, cool. We got 1 free gold one. That's 2 gold. So that means what? Craftable 4? Okay, we're done. I think we're done. Let's go see, because I think we only need 4. If I need 6, that's the problem. I don't think I do, though, because it's a 4-star, right? I only need 4? I only need 4. And then the other thing, and I don't know if I have enough for that, but we'll find out. To the stadium. Mulani's not equipped with it, so I gotta go down here. Okay, that's done. And it was this. Just craft it from this. Alright. Just to make sure we have enough. We're just gonna go. We can do that. 15, thank you, Dory. And we'll say 15 of these. And I think that's all we need? Question mark. Yes, I have the masks. Alright, so that's level 90. That's the same HP as we have on the prototype Amber. It is only R1, but we know we can up it once we get some billets finally. A big negative, I say, for the new region when it came out, there was no way for us to really get billets outside of the Sacred Flame. And I only remember getting a sword and I think a spear out of it. Alright. So we have that same amount. And we'll go and test. That's not what I wanted. I wanted to see billets. Game, I chose the right, not the left. Yeah, we have a spear, a claymore, and a sword. That's all we got for billets. And again, I can use solvents to change it if I need to, but that's kind of useless. Especially with how rare solvents are.
You can only do so much on your own, but with a group, anything's possible.
Oh my god, this stupid wheel. Alright. Mulani has her burst, so that's all good.
You know I'm up for the challenge.
Alright, so we were dealing 165 with the prototype Amber.
Need a surfboard? Off we go. Need a surfboard?
1, 2, 3, bonk. All right, 170. All right, 170.
Catching at the flame.
180. So that one didn't crit,
Off we go.
I don't think. So we are seeing a little bit of a better number than with the prototype Amber. And that's more than likely because of the passive. So all Gucci.
Need a surfboard?
No, I don't want any. Come back.
Faster. Amazing. Woohoo! Bring it.
All right, close enough.
Carving waves. Need a surfboard? Need a surfboard? Let's get it on! Let's ride! Surf's up!
Okay, 178. 178. I still am only getting 2 instead of the 3 passes. And we got the crit. All right, so that's making a little bit of a difference. Okay, so here's a question now. Game. Game. Thank you. Just out of curiosity, if I give her more hit points, will it actually be better? So in this case, we're going to take Farina's Hydro or HP Cup, which was originally Mualani's. And what does that put her stats at now? She's still at 70 crit rate, 171 crit damage, but her ER goes down to nothing, which is a problem. But she has 43k hit points. All right. I'm going to guess that the hydro damage would be better. Because it typically is. It typically is you want the elemental stat. From my experience, anyway. Close enough.
Carving waves! Off we go!
Oh, haha, I never picked up the drops from over here. Why did it separate like that? It separated into a
Need a
triangle.
surfboard? Off we go! Bring it! Buckle up! Booba, get them! Let's ride!
2, 3, and
Woohoo!
168. 168 and burst. 244. So we got the crit. So yes, the hydro damage is better than the HP goblet at right now. So that's good to know. And if you've noticed, the damage she was doing with the HP goblet was the same as the prototype Bamber.
Whoa!
So that's actually kind of interesting. Where's Frida? Oh, of course, it's actually doing that. So we're just gonna go Hydro Lady Farina. There we go. Okay. So yeah, our as our goal is still the same. We need better artifacts for them. So with the rest of our resin, let me check time. Yep, we got time. All right. So for the rest of our resin, we're just gonna go into here and hopefully get something. I did get a minor upgrade for Chaska yesterday. But honestly, I would like to see that up for Mualani. Because I don't want her to end up like another Eula.
Let the mountain's veins boil! Ha! Hey-ya! At the fry pan, get them!
Okay, that was a little bit slower without the Witsith. That's noticeable. But again, the damage was more consistent. Okay, maybe. Nope. Nope. Why is it always the Codex that gets the shaft? Because the other thing we got to keep an eye out for, in case we do get her, is some stuff for Moyuka. Oh shit! I hit the wrong button. Get off! Oh my god!
Bring it! Let engraved names echo! Let's get it on! You're toast! Nice and spicy! Amazing! Woohoo! Let's shred, Sharky!
All right, wasn't that bad, except for the weird changing shenanigans. All right, what we got? Okay, I'll keep that. That's not a bad def percent. And another crappy attack one. Of course it is. Now, here's a question. Did I get it? Game. I did. And we are going to use it on this. Because this is where our focus needs to be. Whether or not we get Moivika is irrelevant. So 3 more runs. And we hope. We are hopage.
Buckle up! Hear the echoes of the valley! Eat this! At the fry pan! Amazing!
Okay, 2 flowers. Nope. Okay. Okay. Like, even if it doesn't get crit rate here, that's not a bad thing. Because it's on Codex. You still want a little bit crit rate, but that's actually really good for Mualani. I don't really have much in the way of leveling its stuff, but we'll see. We'll see what I can make happen.
Bring it! Let the mountain's veins boil! Let's get it on! You're toast! Let's ride! Woohoo! Check this out! Best of luck! Off we go!
See, it's moments like that where she looks fine. HP? HP, yes. Crappy substats. Lalo. I honestly shouldn't sneeze at some of the 4-stars, but we're at the point where I really shouldn't be looking at them.
Letting brave names echo. Buckle up. Ha! Nice and spicy. Eat this. Carving blade. Surf's up. Amazing. Yeah. Oh, chill out. Let's ride.
Let's see. What we get? Nah, wrong set. Attack. It's not terrible for an attack headpiece, but I think Auron has something better. Oh, no, I don't want to do that, so back out. Let's go back to... Let's go to a Statue of the Seven first. Now go back to Fontaine. Okay. Let's see. More. Alright, what do you have for this? Oh, it's equally as bad. Like, even if it rolled the crit damage, it would be just as bad. Alright, what do we got? Oh, there was this, that was not great, and then there was this. And hers only has crit rate, crit damage, it has high crit. But this has HP and ER on it, so... 1, 2, 3, what is my 4th stat? Flat attack. It's not terrific. But this could potentially still be better for her if it doesn't hit that flat attack. Oh, whoops. I'm just hitting all sorts of wrong buttons, don't mind me. Okay. Okay. Alright, we still want to hold on to the instructor pieces, at least for now. Yeah, we're at the bare minimums here. Oh yeah, I can throw some of these in here, since I'm not worried about the elixirs right now. I'm so loath to actually get rid of some of the elemental stuff, even if that's bad substats, just because they're so few and far between for me. Alright, here's 16. Ah, it went into the flat. No. No, it was rolling so well. Oh, now I don't think it's actually going to matter if I do it with the ones with the 2s. But I'll still do it this way. Oh, you son of a bitch. Now, this is the thing. Your crit damage is going to go way down. We're going to lose some crit rate, but the flat damage would be a little bit more consistent and a little bit of ER. So we can test out what she does with this one. I'm not going to outright poo-poo and throw it away just yet. If only it rolled crit damage at least one more time, or HP. Like, I am a little salty about that. Little salty, not gonna lie. And that was a low ER roll. That was a very low ER roll that I hit. But there was nothing else, right? Yeah, it's about attack goblet. Although it is an attack goblet on set, but it only has 2 flats and EM. It would need both crits for Chaska. And then that's about attack piece. What about Auroron? Or even, actually, we'll check you as well. This is a crit rate headpiece I need you with because of Favonius, but this also has defense percentage, so you're good on that. I mean, this also has crit rate on it. So, I mean, if it rolled high into crit rate, that could actually be good, and then we could give her piece to Auroron. But the only thing for Auroron in this piece is EM, so I don't even know if it's worth doing that. Because even though that's an attack headpiece, he can use everything except for the hit points, scaling-wise. A little extra HP never hurt anybody. Yeah, that was an okay HP headpiece. Sam's just not for anybody that I have. They can use it. Alright, so we have an instance where we need both crits. So let's just go 1, 1, 2, 3. Nope. That's yuck. And flat defense. And no flowers. Yep. And I don't think we have anything to artifacts change. So check that really quick. If we do, we're doing Golden Troop. Okay. Oh, if that gets crit damage, that can replace Fischl's headpiece. Unfortunate. Alright, let's see. Let's go to Fischl. Fish. By the way, this is what this Fischl's stats look like. I know her crit damage doesn't look like a much of anything, but I did get, I think it was a feather yesterday that actually got some good substats on it. So right now, her ER requirement matches for just her being the only Electro. Because it was about 135 I saw that was required for her. So now she kind of
another universe and founded
yes,
paradise.
she did.
For I, Fischl, and the Prinzessin der
I should have known she was going to interrupt me. But basically, she has permanent uptime on Oz. If what I've been reading was true. So this Fischl is actually better than my mains, which is C6. This one's C0, but you know what? I'll take that. So yeah, hers is okay. Yeah, so this would need to roll crit damage, but even still, it could potentially roll into something good. Please? Course not. Oh, fucking course not. Wait a minute. It's the exact same fucking piece, you jackass. ER, attack percent, flat attack, defense percent. So it can only roll better than that. That is sad. So I will hold on to it for now, but that is sad. Alright. Yeah, we'll take these guys. I think. Let's go see. Oh, look at that. We can almost do another run in the domain. Alright. Okay. Not yet. Not yet. Now I have the question, which one did I go on to first, my main or my all? That's 7 minutes. Okay. Alright. By the way, I forgot I had these two. I don't think it's enough for a 4-star though. 5. Eh, maybe not, depending on how early it wants to go. 10, 15, 20, 30, 40. Oh, that's 40. 5, 50. Oh wow, 56 since we got that Amos bow. So we're getting back towards a 5-star. A 1. Oh, cool. We got the early 4-star. I will take Beto. That is C1 Beto. And then a blue. But we do get 5 wishes tomorrow, so that's all good. That is all good. That means Beto finally has her shield. That is amazing. Well, alright. Well, let's go see what Linny wants, and then we'll come back. Are you not telling me where Linny is?
This is our current abode. Ah, Fremine, you're home. Where did everyone else go? I have some new friends that I would like to introduce.
Oh, they all just went out a moment ago.
I see. Everyone is getting busier now that Father will be returning soon. I suppose that can't be helped.
It's an ironic choice of words considering the fact Arlecchino's banner is coming back around soon.
Allow me to introduce you to my little brother, Fremine. He is a phenomenal diver.
Hello.
Hi. Where's the penguin?
Nice to meet you. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler. Oh, you sound very proud to have a diver as a brother, Linny.
Linny sure seems to have a big family. What a talented family. Sure, I have a big family.
Linny, could you come here for a moment?
What is it, Fremine? Do you have something to tell me?
It's all right. Go ahead.
Okay, I see.
Is everything all right?
Oh, it's nothing. We were just discussing a little housework. Sorry for the interruption. Oh, before I forget, the Traveler and I collected more materials to make magic pockets. Were you able to get any, Fremine?
Yes, I went diving and gathered lots of materials. I was about to give them to you.
That's our Fremine, always quick with the underwater work. All right, I'll take these to the workshop.
Oh, it's raining again.
Looks like rain. Oh, you're right. But wasn't it clear and sunny just a moment ago? Fontaine's weather sure is weird.
I'm afraid that's just how it is here. It often rains on days where there are trials being held in the Opera House, but don't worry, it'll clear up soon enough.
What's wrong, Fremine?
There's a legend about the rain that I tend to believe. It's said that a dragon of water once resided in Fontaine. Though we don't know where the dragon went, every time it weeps, the skies will cloud up and pour out rain. When I was a child, my mother told me that if I wanted to go outside and play, I should yell toward the sky at the top of my lungs. Hydro Dragon! Hydro Dragon! Don't cry!
Could that Hydro Dragon be the elemental dragon sovereign of Fontaine? There's no word sovereign in there, but my brain wanted to say it.
If it's an elemental dragon, then having the power to make it rain wouldn't be very unusual. Let Paimon try something. Hydro Dragon, don't cry!
Doesn't seem to be of any use. It is just a legend after all.
You know, you might be a more popular magician if you understood the concept of romanticism. Or could at least play along.
That's a lot coming from Lynette.
Sorry, it might be because we've never met the Hydro Dragon. Perhaps it can't be comforted by the words of strangers. It rained for longer than I suspected. Oh, it's already getting late.
Was there something you needed to do, Linny?
Yeah, some preparations for the show at the Opera House. I need to find a way to catch the last Aqua Bus of the day. On the day of the performance, just ride the Aqua Bus to the island of Araneus. I'll have Lynette meet you at the fountain in front of the Opera House.
Sounds good. You go ahead, Lenny.
Oh, are you leaving now?
What is it, Fremine? I'm in a hurry. Oh, I get it. You feel nervous delivering the materials for the magic pockets, is that it? Perhaps we could trouble the Traveler to help us take these materials to the Beaumont workshop and deliver them to the owner there? I'm afraid that Fremine can be quite introverted, and the boss there tends to be pretty talkative. Fremine has always been a little afraid of her.
I stand with Fremine on that.
No trouble at all. Don't worry, we're on the case.
Sorry for the inconvenience. I'm quite useless when it comes to such tasks. I'll think of a way to make it up to you.
Oh, no need. This will be a walk in the park for us.
Let's go drop this off, and then we'll just check to see if I can do the artifact route.
Need a
Because
surfboard?
we need that artifact XP, baby.
Hello? Is there anyone here?
Oh, hello there. New customers? Looking to buy, or do you need something made? Or perhaps you're just looking for a chat with me.
Oh no, we're just here to deliver some materials. Here they are. They're for making... what were they called again?
Ah, these must be for Magic Pockets. I could tell right away. I've already made several orders worth now.
Do we need to pay?
No need. They've already prepaid several batches worth. When they told me what they'd be using them for, I even offered them a discount. But they insisted on paying the full amount, saying that I had a business to run. It seems both their hearts and their pockets are made of gold.
Whoa. So, is Linny actually loaded?
I can't say for sure, but who knows? Maybe there's good money to be made being a magician in Fontaine.
Hey, is this machine what you use to make stuff here? It looks really advanced.
Why use your hands when a machine can do the work? It would be a waste not to use the latest technology, and wasting is a kind of crime.
But where does a big machine like that get its power from?
Well, it's a little complicated. I'm not sure I can put it in layman's terms for you. But basically, everything we usually use here in the city is powered by indemnitium. It's a type of energy that's produced from trials.
Huh? How can trials produce energy?
Well, I'm not completely sure of all the details myself, but basically, when a trial is in session, the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale harvests people's belief in justice and converts it into energy to be used all around Fontaine.
Everyone says it differently.
So that's what its other function is? Paimon heard that the Oratrice was created by the Archon to make judgments. But Paimon still doesn't get it. How could something unreliable like people's beliefs be turned into a stable power source for these machines?
Well, Venti and Nihita both said the gods rely on belief to obtain power.
Oh, yeah! So that means the Hydro Archon relies on the machine to take the energy created by belief and turn it into power for all of Fontaine, right?
Even though I've never heard anyone really put it that way before, it sounds like it makes sense. Besides indemnitium, we have another type of energy called pneumosia. It isn't produced by the power of the Archon, but it is unstable by nature. Even now, it still cannot be widely used by civilians.
I thought I'd find you hard at work, but here you are chatting the day away. Since you're already talking, I'm sure you wouldn't mind a few words with me.
You again? Didn't I already promise you that I'd have the more I owe to Confrérie of Cabriere by next month? Why are you hounding me now?
Yeah, but how do we know that you won't go running off by the end of this month? I want 50% today. Wait, no, 70%.
How about none?
Huh? You...
Seems business isn't so great for the workshop. We've already finished our job and delivered the materials. Maybe now's a good time to leave?
I don't know how I feel about that because they're clearly harassing the woman. And Paimon's just like, maybe we should just go. It sounds like a usual case of someone owing somebody else money.
Hey, hold on. Before you go around trying to collect payments, why don't you settle your own debts first? If Confrérie of Cabriere wants to poach clients from Northland Bank, that's fine. But I'm afraid you still owe the bank a hefty sum of mora. So why don't we work things out between us first, before you get back to your little conversation here?
You're from Northland Bank. But we said we'll pay everything we owe next month. Why are you hounding me now?
Gee, why are you hounding the lady now, huh?
Traveler, Paimon! I didn't think I'd run into you here in Fontaine. What are the chances?
We're surprised to see you too! What are you doing here in Fontaine? You didn't want to stay in Snezhnaya?
There's a lot of friends. You're not really a friend of mine. Fontaine is really a curious place.
Long story short, I've already been in Fontaine for some time now, and honestly, things have been pretty boring. But it seems that fate brought our paths together today. Not only will I have some good friends here now, but ones who always seem to find trouble. Either way you look at it, it seems things are going to get a lot more interesting now.
Pretty sure we'd want to avoid anything that you'd find interesting.
Yeah.
Besides, our trip here has gone pretty well so far. Right, Traveler?
I think we've already weathered enough storms for now.
Hey, you, Northland Bank boy. Aren't you forgetting something?
My money?
Don't interrupt. It's not often I run into the Traveler like this. Why don't you wait for me over there for a while?
You kidding? Aren't you the one looking for us? You really expect us to sit and twiddle our thumbs while you catch up with your friends? Listen to me, boy. If you want your mora, fine. Why don't you come and take it?
Hey, I just said not to interrupt. Oh, by the way, Traveler, the last time I took Tonya and Tusser ice fishing, Tusser said...
So what's funny about this, like, it is trying to play off the fact that you played through Child's story. So here on this account, this doesn't make any sense because we don't know who Tonya and Tusa are. Those are his younger siblings, for those who don't know.
Hey! That's way over the line! All right, boys, let's see who has to pay up now!
Can you at least let me finish one sentence? Fine. Though the bank told me not to get rough with our clients, you're the ones who started it. This is an act of self-defense. You two will have to be my witnesses, okay?
Okay, sure. Go ahead. They're all yours.
I'm sure this won't take long.
No time to...
What's your deal, Brad? How are you so strong if you're just a staffer from Snezhnaya's Northland Bank? Wait, don't tell me you're...
Correct me if I'm wrong, back in Liyue, wasn't it obvious that the Northern Bank was run by the Fatui?
Oh, now you notice. It's a little late, don't you think? Just make sure you understand that you don't mess with Northland Bank. Got it? Huh?
Now's my chance!
Huh. That was weird.
What just happened? Are you alright?
I'm not sure. It's as if I suddenly lost control of my hydro powers when I needed them. Maybe there's something wrong with my vision?
Strange. How could that happen? First time Paimon's ever heard of someone losing control of their vision.
Never mind. It doesn't matter. If I want to stay sharp, I shouldn't be relying too much on my vision anyway. Besides, I always have my delusion in case I need it.
Yeah, and that's even worse than losing your vision. You better not use your delusion too often. I don't have a vision, so don't ask me.
So what are you doing in Fontaine, child? I don't see its work for Northland Bank.
Well, I guess it's because I've been in a bad mood lately.
Huh? What kind of reason is that? Wait, since when do you feel down about anything?
I don't know. Maybe I still have a lot to learn about myself. But recently, there seems to be some sort of restless power stirring inside of me. And I don't know why, but every now and then I feel like I'm in a terrible mood.
Maybe you losing control of your vision just now is connected with that power you're feeling inside.
That is a possibility.
So, about this power, do you have any idea where it came from?
I can't remember if I ever mentioned it before, but when I was 14, I fell into some unknown abyss. It was during that time I learned nearly all of my abilities. The one who took me under her wing and taught me was named Skirk.
And we will see Skirk soon enough.
She was always quiet and very mysterious. Nobody knew where she came from or what she had been through, and she was always very strict when teaching me combat techniques. One time, I asked her why she was willing to take me on as an apprentice. From what I could make of her answer, it was because I had awakened it, and traces of it remained on me. She said that all my combat training would be useful in the future.
But what is it? What did you awaken?
She never explained that, but my guess is that it's related to a dream I saw when I had just fallen into that abyss. In my dream, I was in the deepest depths of the sea, and the boundless seabed was all around me. But in front of me appeared a whale that was so massive, I felt like I couldn't breathe.
A whale? Oh, that sounds familiar! When we fought against you before, you summoned a huge whale that seemed to leap at us. Is that the one?
That's just an abstract form of a whale that I create using my elemental powers. It takes that shape because the scene I dreamt of the whale has always been stuck in my mind. I'll never forget it.
So you used the whale as inspiration for one of your moves? Huh. seems a little twisted to Paimon.
It's very possible that the power inside you is connected to your incident in the abyss.
So why don't you just go ask your master? Maybe she knows the answer.
You make it sound so easy. Ever since the incident I experienced there, I've never stopped searching for Master Skirk and that unknown abyss. But it's been years now, and I've still found nothing. There isn't even a trace of the place where I remember falling into the abyss.
Oh, it sounds like some kind of ghost story.
Yeah, I'm out of leads at this point, but there's nothing more I can do. It seems that strange encounters in this world tend to be elusive like that. Oh, seems the time really flies when I'm talking with you. I just remembered I have somewhere else I need to be, so I should get going.
What? More work for the Northland Bank?
No, it's more of a personal appointment. Lately, I've been sparring with some of Fontaine's official champion duelists whenever I'm feeling bored.
Official champion duelists? You mean it's their job to duel?
That's what official champion duelist means, Paimon.
Yep, in Fontaine, before a criminal goes to court, they're given one chance to defend their honor by requesting a duel with an official champion duelist. The champion duelists are all powerful fighters selected from among the nation's best. And the duel itself is a no-holds-barred fight with no specified stopping point. So engaging in such a duel is regarded as a symbol of defending your honor. If a criminal manages to win the duel, they'll be acquitted. But if they lose, they'll have no choice but to stand trial. And the worst-case scenario is that you're simply killed in the duel. Though it's rumored that Fontaine has a death penalty, from what I can tell, no one has ever been officially sentenced to death. So really, the only people who opt to duel are those who have suffered a grave injustice in being accused, or those who greatly value their honor. Otherwise, why gamble with your life?
So, do many people actually get out of their trials by winning the duel?
Apparently, it's exceedingly rare for anyone to actually win. Fontaine probably enacted this system as a way to show that the nation respects the honor of its citizens. Besides, none of the champion duelists are to be trifled with, which is exactly why I was itching to face them as soon as I got to Fontaine. Apparently, the one I'm meeting today, Clorinde, is the strongest of the champion duelists. I had been asking her for some time before she finally agreed to face me today.
Well, that's child for ya. Paimon feels like we heard that name somewhere before. Clorinde.
When we met the Hydro Archon.
Oh, before I forget, I want you to have this.
A vision?
Your vision? You're seriously just giving it away?
Well, I don't have one, Paimon. Shh. It's pretty.
I'm just worried that it could become uncontrollable again. I'd be pretty upset if it got in the way of my duel. So, I think I'll be better off without it for now.
That's honorable of you.
Besides, I just need you to hold on to it for a short while. I'll come retrieve it when I have some time later.
Paimon knows what you're up to. You just want an excuse to come talk to us again, don't you?
Ether's like, I'm so sick of your shit. And we know what that means.
Whatever gave you that idea? I'll be in touch later.
And for those who don't realize what I do with those, I might actually use it as a thumbnail if I decide to either do it for my own stream or even for like the 4-star challenge and stuff like that. If I find them amusing enough or I just need something that's not so bleh. Honestly, I probably should start making my own thumbnails for my second playthrough. Because if you've noticed and gone to my YouTube channel to see the VODs when they're put up, it's always picking the same kind of thumbnails. It's either my start screen, whenever I'm in the menu, so you see one of the characters in Paimon, or me choosing a team, or me doing my artifact run. I am not kidding. Very rarely do I see anything else.
That sneaky guy. He said he's been feeling down lately, but he seemed the same as ever to Paimon. Well, since we don't have much to do for now, we might as well walk around and see the city before Lenny's performance. most of the story was the murderer all along!
Hey, don't blurt it out, Paimon. It's rude to spoil a mystery for everyone else.
Sorry. Paimon was just surprised, that's all. Whew. Paimon never saw that twist coming. The murder mystery novels here are amazing!
Do you have any idea how long we were loitering here?
The whodunits here in Fontaine are a lot different than the light novels you see from Yai Publishing House. Both have their merits, but Paimon thinks this style of novels are more, well, novel. It's so exciting to reach the moment when the mystery is uncovered, especially in the one Paimon was just reading. You should buy a copy and read it too.
You already spoiled who the murderer is.
Oh, sorry about that. Paimon will be more careful next time.
Will you?
Hey, shouldn't we be heading to the Opera House to see Linny's performance soon? It's almost time for the show to start, so we should get going. Linny said that the Opera House is on Aeneas, so let's go ride the Aqua Bus.
I want to ride the aqua bus. Thankfully, I don't have to ride the aqua bus. But we do need to go see if I can do this. Because we need that artifact XP. Alright, we're good. Alright, just to see. Mulan. It was this one? Yeah. It's gonna go in the tanker, but we're gonna see what we got. 152. So that is a big dip. But we'll see. But she gained 1k HP from doing that. Oops. Oh, why am I going around as Dea? I can use Shalonen. That reminds me, I need to do Sumeru reputation. Since we got the stuff from Natland last week. Would you okay, switch to Shalonen, there we go. I will say nothing beats getting around with Chaska. Out of all the Natland movement, Chaska has been the best. Now, of course, me saying that, Moiviga is going to be the best because she does everything. And not just one. But out of what I've got, Chaska is the best. Clunk, clunk.
Bring it!
Clunk, 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 clunk. So, what I just did there with me being in the Night Soul and stuff like that and kicking the bird, I do that all the time on my main too, because I run around with my Nouvellette team when I do it. And it's passed through, like, every time. Like, it just goes through, and I don't know why. I gotta know, what's your thoughts on Moivica's trailer? Also, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you. I honestly did not watch her trailer. I have not watched the actual trailers for her or Mulan. Not Mulani. Sitlali. I don't even think that went through. Alright. One, 1, 2, 3, bonk. Oh, okay. Alright. I'm not too upset about that. I mean, I watched the the short that came out for Muebica. I think it was like a 10-minute short or something like that. That was actually pretty cool.
Bring it.
Oh no, I almost skipped the entire tower. No, they were fun, nothing special. No Bernice. I mean, it's kind of hard to give the hype that Bernice had with that song and everything. I should watch the trailers though. I think that the reason I haven't been really watching the trailers lately is that it's a 50-50 shot whether it's in English or if I have to watch it subbed. And there's nothing wrong with watching subs, especially again knowing the reasons with the VA strikes and all of that. But it does kind of take away from it a little bit since I like playing with the English voices. To which, yes, I will be going through the Archon quest first on my main, not on stream. Just to see how it is in English, and if I can do that on stream. If not, it'll be in Japanese like it has been through most of Notlon. But I'm hoping to get through Fontaine first, but we'll see. Excuse me. That one actually hurt my head. No, I didn't want to sprint. Whee! I am so afraid every time. Like, I know that's not very, very high, but there are times I've felt like I haven't jumped very high or fell from a high spot and, like, died from it. So when I don't plunge, I get nervous. Every time. Alright, I know this isn't gonna go as well as it is with Chaska, just because I have no way of, like, grouping or anything like that, but... It's alright, it's all good.
Let the mountain's veins boil! Let's get it on!
The wrong test subject.
Need a surfboard?
Amazing.
Alright. Okay, I think that's still going to be on the low end, because that crit damage is not there. But on the same hand, that might not have been a crit. So we clearly saw 130k. So let's keep an eye out next time I go into combat, which will be against the Fatui, I think. Did I get these over here? Still checking? I did. Inazuma.
Need a
Inazuma.
surfboard?
I fly and saucer through the light. far, so good. I don't think I'm going to continue rolling on that headpiece that we got for Golden Troop, at least for now, because it literally is the same thing that Fischl has. As long as it rolls more into attack and ER, it's fine, but you know, it has no crit on it, so it's not really a must roll on right now. So we'll just hold on to whatever we get here for XP and go into the stuff for tomorrow that we get. Alright. Let's bring out Mulani. And we'll see what we do on the Fatui here. As long as we can see the numbers, that's fine.
Hear the echoes of the valley. Look alive.
Let's get our vapes going. And okay, that was okay. That was a bad showing because there was no crit. I got caught on everything, and I think Zhangling killed everything. So that didn't do anything.
Bring it.
Oh, do. All right, almost done. Just gotta get through Liyue, and then we'll at least see how the magic is going at the Opera House. Because I know we're gonna have like the bonus primos probably for doing the incentivized for doing the Air Conquest in Natlan, which is the only reason I've been doing it out of order, is just so we could get those primos. I will check my pity, since we were building pity on Zhongli's banner, just in hopes of getting some official constellations, which I never got. So I'll see how far into the banner I am on that. Like I said, I am 50-something into pity on the standard banner, so we're getting close to a 5-star again. If I get another Amos bow, I swear to God, I will freaking cry. Honestly, anything out of the standard banner, like, to be real, if for what I would want out of the standard banner, character-wise, I wouldn't mind constellations for Tighnari. But I also wouldn't mind Mona. Mona would actually help out Mualani just because it would give her Hydro Resonance so she can actually get some more energy. And that's been the biggest problem with Mualani, outside of inconsistent damage, but again, that's probably still the Wit Sith. I would probably say that's more than half the problem is the Wit Sith. But on the same token, like, there's just something really strange about her damage that I'm not understanding, and
Let's get it on. Ha!
Eat this! Faster!
that died, so alright.
Amazing! An epic flame!
Okay, well, at least the shark kind of hit.
Off we go.
I did see the damage
Need
go
a
out,
surfboard?
but it technically hit the roof of the building, so... But yeah, I'm noticing not so much of the crit, so I'm guessing that crit damage is something more that we want. And that sounds like it's a weird statement to say that I want that huge crit damage, but I think that crit damage is outweighing the HP. And it's a minuscule amount of HP that's on that flower, so that makes sense. Okay, didn't jump. Cool. And by all means, if anybody has any advice on how to build Mualani without C1R1, let me know. Let me know. It is on my list for whenever Mualani reruns to get her C1 at the very least, because that it might be more of a Nouvellette problem where C1 actually fixes a lot of the issues, and you don't necessarily need the R1. The R1 is just a bonus. Because like I said, I don't want her to become another Eula where I put so much effort into her, so much resin into her, and all of a sudden not be able to use her because she's just so inconsistent on damage. Versus Eula that's doing no damage. No, I think the greatest part is that if we do get Moivika could actually go on this team as well and, you know, sub DPS it up instead of jangling. I think that'll be cool. Nothing up there, really? Huh. Normally I see something up there for this time of day. Normally. But I think that's the last one. And I am correct. I will be right back, y'all. I'm just going to take a quick BRB to the bathroom.
potted plant on the porch has died again. I was watering it every day. Ugh, don't tell me I overdid it this time.
All right, let's continue on with the Archon
Ugh,
quest.
how many forging commissions?
Let's continue on here. And we gotta go to the upper class. Before I do that though, let's flip Milani's flower back. Which was this one here. With the higher crit damage. Yeah, and that little bit of crit rate probably was better too. So it's alright. But I'm actually more surprised with the weapon. Sorry, my voice is getting very, very dry.
My potted plant on the porch has died again. I was watering it every day. Ugh, don't tell me I overdid it this time.
Whoa! Now this is fancy! The Opera at Eclairs. What a place to hold a performance! No wonder Linny and Lynette were looking forward to it. Huh. Looks like there's a lot of people standing around the fountain up ahead.
Oh, Archon, please bless us with a bright and healthy child. We pray.
I don't know why you always feel the need to ask so much. I'll be happy as long as our child is healthy and lives a peaceful life.
I guess if they're our kid, then there's no doubt they'll turn out smart.
Maybe this is one of the customs in Fontaine. There sure are a lot of couples here.
Vache.
Huh?
What's wrong?
Look how big his eye is!
Vache. Vache.
Did you just say something, Paimon?
No, Paimon didn't say anything. Are you hearing things?
Strange. Whose voice was that just now?
Welcome to the Fountain of Lucine. All the water flowing through Fontaine converges here. It's customary for newlyweds to come here and wish for children.
Lynette! You scared Paimon! When did you get here?
She's probably been here.
Lenny asked me to wait here for you, remember?
Right.
By the way, Lynette, I seem to hear a faint voice just now.
What do you mean? There are a lot of people here right now.
It seemed as if the voice was coming from the fountain.
Hey, you're not trying to scare Paimon, are you? Besides, it's the middle of the day. It's not the time for eerie things.
I see. I might be able to tell you something that could help explain the voice you heard. In fact, you might not be imagining things at all. I suspect that what you heard is a result of your hypersensitivity to the hydro element. Others in my family have had similar experiences.
It's because of his sensitivity to the hydro element? But what would hearing a voice have to do with elemental power?
When do you cry, Paimon?
Wait, what? What does that have to do with anything?
Just answer me. When do you cry?
When Paimon's really sad? Oh, and when Paimon's super happy. Oh, and also when Paimon's really, really scared.
Then you should understand that tears contain your most intense emotions. Like I just mentioned, the Fountain of Lucine is where all the flowing water in Fontaine converges. Even the tears that fall to the ground will eventually gather here. So maybe what you heard was the intense emotion coming from someone's tears.
That's an interesting explanation. I'm not sure whether I buy it, though.
So, what did the voice say?
It seemed to be calling out someone's name.
Huh. If you were hearing their emotions, then Paimon wonders what happened to them.
Rather than worrying about them, we should worry about my brother first. Don't let that calm look of his fool you. He tends to get pretty nervous just before a performance. So chatting with Linny might help him relax a little before he goes on stage.
Oh, right. That makes sense. Let's go in and see Linny.
Now, since I'm here, I'm just gonna check. I don't have enough, right? Oh, I'm so close. Are you kidding me? I have 27? That, and there was a key? Dang. Ugh. Well, gotta go find some stuff at some point.
Ah, Traveler and Paimon, good to see you. I knew you two would come.
Are you kidding? We wouldn't miss it for the world. We've been looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell, judging by how early you've arrived. But you're actually right on time. The audience still hasn't started entering the venue yet, which means now is the perfect chance for us to take you to the best seats in the house. Wait just a moment, I'll fetch the tickets. The Opera House has assigned seating, so you always have to make reservations. I've already reserved your seats, and here are your tickets.
Ooh, front row seats. Thanks, Linny.
Don't mention it. There's no need to keep thanking me.
Hey, Linny, could you come over here and take a look at this?
Oh, I'll be right there. Seems there's an issue with the stage props over there. That's Cal, my assistant, calling me. I'll go lend him a hand.
Sure. Let's get busy.
Yeah, we'll just go to our seats. You go ahead, Linny.
Is that the best character in the game, I spy?
Oh, these should be our seats. Come on, let's sit down.
Oh my god, it's so echoey in here. That's some good sitting, Paimon. Yum.
Hey, Traveler, maybe we should strike up a conversation with the person next to us. Since we're sitting together and the rest of the place is practically empty still, it's kinda awkward if we don't say anything.
Practically, it is empty, Paimon. You're up, Paimon.
You little... Of course you put this on Paimon.
It's your idea.
Excuse me, I did not realize you felt awkward. I am terribly sorry. I would be perfectly happy to chat with you if that is what you would like.
Oh, so you heard all of that, did ya? Boy, you sure have good ears. Paimon thought she was keeping her voice down.
You never keep your voice down.
Wait, that's not it. Paimon's sorry. Paimon's the one who was being rude, talking under her breath like that. So let's talk, but, what should we talk about?
This is getting even more awkward.
Oh, Paimon's got it. You're also here early and sitting in the front. Are you a friend of Linny's too?
A friend, you say? Well, if Mr. Linney would like to be my friend, I would be more than happy to reciprocate.
Oh, so you're not friends with Linny then? Oh, this is getting more awkward by the second. Paimon nearly forgot to make her introduction. Nice to meet you. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler. We just arrived in Fontaine.
It is an honor to meet you two. I have heard of your deeds across Tevat. And as required by proper etiquette, I will also introduce myself. I am...
Oh, Monsieur Nervillet. What an honor it is to have you here to see my show.
Again, his name is another one people pronounce differently every time.
Ah, Mr. Linney. I should say it is in fact an honor for me to see your performance in person.
Wait, Nervillet? Could he be...
I saw you all chatting just now, but it seems you still don't know who Monsieur Nervillet is. Allow me to introduce you to Fontaine's Chief Justice. That seat is always reserved for him. It wouldn't be too much to say that he's the symbol of justice and honesty here in Fontaine.
Okay, but I have one question. How do you get up there?
Ooh, sorry for being so rude just now. Paimon had no idea you were such an important person.
That doesn't matter if he's an important person or not, Paimon. You shouldn't have been rude.
No offense taken. Being Chief Justice is merely what I do for work. Nearly every person has their usual reserved seat, so I'm not so special, really. And by the way, I should probably let you know, even though I would prefer not to, there's someone sitting up there in the VIP seats that has been striking a pose for quite a while now. I believe she is trying to give you a most elegant and impressive first impression. So I think you should take notice of her sooner rather than later. Otherwise, she may become flustered.
Huh? Oh, it's Farina, the Hydro Archon. Huh. She sure has a smug and satisfied look on her face. Guess she has no idea that you saw right through her act.
Very good. That is for the best. No need to pay her any more attention. We may now enjoy the show.
I love him so much. It's like, yep, she's being a brat. Ignore her.
Huh? So is this what things are like between the Chief Justice and the Hydro Archon?
All right, please wait just a moment longer. I've pretty much finished my preparations, and the performance will start as soon as the audience has made their way to their seats.
Yay! The show's finally about to start! Paimon can hardly wait! Paimon's never seen a real live magic show before!
Paimon, down in front.
They're dimming the lights! The show must be starting!
Clearly, she's never been in a theater before, either with people.
Sorry. Paimon will try to stay quiet.
Welcome, one and all, to the Opera Epiclese. I am the star of today's show, Linny.
Yay, Linny! Woo!
And over here is my sister, Lynette, who will be working as my wonderful assistant. Please, let's give her a warm welcome.
Yay, Lynette! You're actually a really good 4-star. Woo!
Hello, everyone.
I know she may seem to be a little sleepy right now, but that's just a sign that she's nervous.
Whatever.
Now, some of you may be thinking, two vision holders who can freely manipulate elemental powers performing magic is not true magic at all. So, I would like to take a moment to assure you that elemental powers will have nothing to do with what you will witness on the stage today. Both Lynette and myself have removed our visions for the show. That way, even the gods won't be able to help us.
Oh, good point. That's what makes the show real magic.
Now, without further ado, let the show begin. Lynette will now exit the stage to make some preparations. I know you might miss her, but don't worry. She'll be coming right back on stage momentarily. Perhaps in an unexpected way. I'm sure she'll be stealing the spotlight soon enough. Oh, and before I forget, there's one more thing I should say. You never know what can happen in the blink of an eye. A magician's greatest skill is making things disappear or appear. The possibilities are endless. Huh? But this isn't what you came for. These little tricks, you've seen them all before. So it's time for something truly extraordinary, don't you think? This one's a little tricky. Using this water tank, I shall make my sister vanish completely, right before your very eyes. It's actually quite simple. She'll just turn into air bubbles and float right out of the top. Oh no! I told them to check all the props carefully. With the lid on, even air can't escape. An amateur magician would be getting very nervous right around now. Luckily, it's me on stage, so let me show you what a true virtuoso can do. Lynette, are you still there? Don't go too far. We don't want to use up all our magic.
Hi, I'm back.
Uh-huh.
Yay!
Whoa! What in the world just happened? How did he do that? Paimon didn't see him do anything! Wasn't Lynette inside the water tank? How did she disappear and then reappear out of nowhere?
What a show. No wonder he's a famous magician.
If we could see easily through his tricks, then that would mean that his skills are still lacking. To appreciate magic, you should focus on the show happening on stage, rather than getting caught up in trying to see that which has been intentionally hidden.
Guess you're right. Paimon couldn't believe her eyes when Lynette reappeared. Amazing!
Thank you everyone. I'm glad you enjoyed that performance. But our magical journey has only just begun. I've prepared even more astonishing surprises for everyone here. The magic of transformation and disappearance can go far beyond what you've just seen. I'm sure many of you are thinking that escaping the water tank was impressive enough. But Lynette is still my assistant after all. In which case, I have ample time to make all necessary preparations. So, for my next trick, I will require the participation of one lucky audience member. Please, if my assistants could bring out the magical boxes now. There are 2 boxes and only 2 boxes. One is here and one is there in the aisle among the audience. I'm sure many of our clever audience members have already guessed our next magic trick. A swap! Our lucky audience member and I will each enter a magic box. After 1 minute, we will each emerge from the opposite box. Now please, everyone pay very close attention to the box you see here. Don't give me any chance to make a move.
Wow, how's he gonna do this? Hey, do you think this is all magic tricks, or does Lenny have actual superpowers?
Let's watch and see. I'm sure we can spot how he does it.
The lucky audience member will be generated by this random number selector. It selects numbers entirely at random. Even I don't know who will be chosen to participate. Now then, let's begin. Let me see. Oh, row 7, seat 3. Congratulations! You now have the chance to experience magic firsthand for an entire minute. Please, come forward. My assistant will take you beside the magic box. I'm sorry, it might be a little cramped inside, but no need to feel nervous. We've carefully arranged everything for you to be as comfortable as possible. You don't need to do anything, but no matter what strange things may happen, don't come out of the box. If the magic is interrupted, who knows where you might end up? You might even find yourself in the Fortress of Meripede.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sure, like, cool.
All right. Before I enter the magic box, there is one more thing I need to ask the audience to do. Could you all give me a countdown? Like this. 60, 59, 58. Just keep counting down. You can go a little faster or slower if you like. I won't be able to see anything in the pitch black box, so I'll be relying on your voices to know when time is up. Oh, and no tricks now. If you quickly count from 60 in just 30 seconds, then I'll be in a tough spot.
Ooh, Paimon kinda wants to count faster after hearing him say that.
I'm sure Lenny's prepared.
No, that won't do. I can see it in your eyes. You still can't be trusted. Let's practice together. Come on, repeat after me. 60, 59, 58.
60, 59, 58.
That's right, perfect. Keep it going. All right, I'll see you all on the other side once you've finished counting.
54, 53, 52? Why aren't you counting, Nervalet?
I am counting in my head. I think things are exciting enough in here as it is.
Even though the instructions were to count out loud.
Merely a consequence of my identity and personality. Do not worry about me. Just enjoy the show.
Oh, all right. You look so serious that Paimon thought you might be feeling uncomfortable or something. 40, 39, 38!
Mr. Lenny, are you all right in there? Is everything ready?
Yes, I'm fine. I'm just double-checking the direction of the magic. It would be a disaster if we get sent to the wrong places. For example, mid-air right above the audience.
Even though he's saying that, Lenny doesn't seem nervous at all.
I think it's all part of the show.
What was that noise? Did you hear it too?
Did it come from the stage? Maybe it was to divert our attention.
Not sure. Anyway, it doesn't seem like anyone's worried about it. 25, 24, 23.
What's wrong, Mr. Lenny? I can still hear you moving in there.
I seem to have accidentally knocked over a decoration. I'm trying to fix it, but it's pitch black in here. I can't tell left from right.
Never mind the decorations. There's no time for that. The show is what's important.
No, that's unacceptable. I want my show to be perfect. Don't worry, we still have 20 seconds. Hear them counting?
19, 18, 17.
It seems things aren't quite going as planned. I apologize, everyone. It feels like you're all starting to count faster, but that's all right. I know it can be tiring to do such a long countdown. 10 seconds and change is still plenty of time.
10.
Almost there now. Swapping two people is harder work than you might think. Even a master magician like me can't guarantee I'll get it right the first time. Hey, wait! Is this the back one? I can't tell. They both look the same inside. Huh? No, that's not it. I'll try again.
7.
Hey, slow down! Honestly!
5, 4, 3,
Whoops! That doesn't count!
0.
Ta-da!
What happened? Huh? Is this part of the show?
Why would you think that?
Mr. Lenny, you're going to use magic to fix the stage now, right?
What happened?
Oh no. Maybe this isn't part of the show. The girl was still in that box, right?
This performance is over. Medical staff with me. Guards, secure the scene and detain all the performers. Seal the exits. No one is allowed in or out at this time.
Yes, that's right. If this was just an accident, then we must investigate the cause. But if this was all part of some scheme, then those accountable will not escape the judgment of the God of Justice.
No need to be alarmed, you two. We'll get to the bottom of this soon enough.
You mean we're not going to be at fault for a death of somebody just by sitting here and not being from Fontaine like we were in Leeway? Awesome, thank you.
Unfortunately, the person who's in the magic box has been pronounced dead. His name was Cowell, one of the assistants in Linny's magic troupe. Apparently, the fireworks on stage ignited the ropes that were suspending the water tank, which then caused the tank to fall onto the stage. As of now, we are still not sure why we found Cowell in the box, rather than the guest from the audience. And after an initial search of the area, the guards have confirmed that the girl is nowhere to be found. It appears that this incident was not merely some mishap with the performance. And there are many indications that it is connected with the case of the serial disappearances of young women.
The serial disappearances case?
That's the case that Charlotte mentioned before.
And to pull it off like this, in front of an audience including the Archon and Chief Justice?
I know the truth. I can see through the whole thing. Really, using such a shallow and obvious mystery as his finale. Did he really underestimate us that badly? I say that our powerful magician, Mr. Linny, is now the prime suspect for the serial disappearances case.
Huh? Why me? This whole thing was an accident.
Oh, this all occurred during your magic show, did it not? The missing girl disappeared after being chosen, did she not? The deceased is one of your assistants, is he not?
All coincidence, and he said it was an accident, which you clearly saw. Nothing actually pointed to him being the murderer.
Now that I think about it, that whole speech about magicians making things disappear was nothing more than a provocation, a bald-faced challenge.
That can't be right. How can Lenny do this? He was in the box on the stage the entire time. We can even hear his voice. Besides, before the show, he told us that he would like to catch the criminal behind the disappearances. He couldn't possibly mean catching himself.
He's a suspect at most. It's hard to believe all this happened during the show.
Save discussion for a later time, please. Lady Farina, May I assume that your comments just now constitute an accusation against Mr. Linney and his associates, and that you are pressing charges?
I just think that he... Well, I think it might be a little early to talk about formally pressing charges.
But what Lady Farina said just now makes perfect sense. Looks like she's gonna personally deliver justice.
No, it doesn't make sense.
A kidnapping and murder carried out under the cover of a... Lady Farina said it all.
Uh-oh. I'm gonna give it a second.
I mean, of course, my dear people. But what excites me even more than the obvious truth before our eyes is the opponent I'll be facing. That's right. I mean you, Traveler. You'll support Linny, won't you? After all, he was the one who helped you the first time we met.
I trust Linny.
Then there's no problem at all. You know, the Traveler and I already had a duel the first time we met. But with Linny's help, our little duel ended in a draw. But draws really are the most boring possible outcome. So, no more draws. Between the two of us, there must be a clear winner and loser. And what better place to hold such a riveting showdown and decide the true victor than here, on the grandest of stages, the Opera Epiclese.
It wasn't a draw. She obviously lost last time.
I understand. Charges have now been pressed, and as such, a trial is in order. Well, Traveler, seems Lady Farina has set you in her sights. But putting her dramatic rhetoric aside for a moment, I would like to ask you, are you willing to act as Mr. Linney's attorney and defend him in this case?
Yes, I am.
Very well. The trial will be held a day from now in the Opera House. Both sides may investigate the scene to build their cases and search for the truth. Linney and his troupe are all potential suspects and shall remain within the Opera House. The audience may begin to leave in an orderly fashion once they have been cleared by the guards.
A day isn't that long. Let's see what kind of case this big shot Outlander can build in such a short amount of time. I'm really quite looking forward to hearing it.
Linny!
Sorry about everything that happened just now. Were you frightened?
Of course! Who wouldn't be scared after witnessing an accident like that?
Yeah, I'm a little shaken up myself. How could this happen? And poor Cal. I know you already claimed that you would defend me, but now it's just us talking. Tell me, do you think I could possibly be the murderer?
No.
Good to hear. Thank you so much for trusting me. I'm sure everyone sees me as the biggest suspect at this point. But if you ask me, the whole thing is mysteries layered upon mysteries, such that all that's left is confusion. I don't know whether what happened there on the stage was purely an accident or not. And I don't know why poor Cal was in the box. As for how that girl chosen from the audience could suddenly disappear, I'm afraid I don't have any answers either. If someone tampered with my performance, then we need to figure out what they did. Even a skilled and knowledgeable magician like myself couldn't pull all that off in just 1 minute.
Yes, it is very strange. But there's no denying what happened.
Which is precisely why we need to investigate. As this book says, the impossible could not have happened. Whatever happened must have been that which is possible.
Where did you get those glasses?
Paimon bought them when we were reading at the bookshop in the city earlier. Pretty cool, huh?
It is thumbnail worthy.
Don't worry. Paimon used her own savings to buy them. It wasn't from our travel funds.
By travel funds, you mean the money I have.
I think they look cute on you, Paimon.
You have good taste, Lynette.
That's the right attitude. Feeling depressed isn't going to help me now. I need to get back to my normal self. But with the guards watching our every move, it's going to be especially difficult for Lynette and I to prove our own innocence. Good thing you agreed to be our attorneys. Thanks for that. We'll be counting on you.
Yes, thank you so much.
I won't let you down.
Yeah, just leave it to us. Oh, since we're going to start investigating, Paimon has a question first. Where did Lynette go during the performance?
Oh, well, I'm afraid that would involve some of our essential trade secrets as magicians.
The secrets behind our magic are past saving, Linny.
I suppose you're right. The truth behind our tricks is going to be important evidence that will be weighted during the trial. 'Tis truly a pity. As a magician, our magic show is a work of art. We've poured countless hours and spared no effort in perfecting it. But if revealing our secrets will help you uncover the truth behind what happened, then it will be well worth it. We should go somewhere else if we're going to discuss our magic tricks. We'll go speak with the guards, and in the meantime, you can go investigate the stage and the seating areas.
Alright, let's go have a look while the investigation teams are still here. Detective Paimon is on the case!
Honestly, Detective Paimon is one of the best parts of us. I love her with the glasses and everything.
Officer, how's the investigation going?
We're Liddy and Lynette's attorneys.
I see. You must be the traveler that Lady Farina mentioned. Listen, I'll be perfectly honest with you. I'd avoid getting mixed up in this whirlpool of a mess if I were you.
Huh? What do you mean?
Come with me and you'll see. The deceased is one of Linny's assistants named Cal. Even though he hadn't joined the troupe long, he was hardworking and everyone generally liked him. The assistants are usually in charge of setting up and inspecting the props, as well as assisting with the show and keeping the crowd engaged. As you probably saw when you were in the audience, the water tank suddenly fell and smashed the box with Cowl inside it.
Well, why was Cowl inside? Wasn't the girl supposed to be in there?
This is the real mystery. We've already searched the scene and were unable to find any traces of the girl. However, if you look carefully, the box was positioned directly under the water tank. The ropes holding the tank were then burned by the pyrotechnics on stage, causing them to snap.
Which is all the things that Nouvellette pointed out earlier.
All these factors lining up so perfectly makes it hard to see this as a mere accident. If anything, the more logical explanation is that the whole incident was intentionally planned, and Linny is the most likely person to have access to all these areas.
But he doesn't have a motive!
Are you both good friends of his?
Well, you can't say you're good friends, but we've known each other for a little while.
So in just a short time, he was not only able to win your trust, but even convince you to act as his attorneys.
Well, Farina kind of made us do that.
I know there's no such thing as magic. The real trick of a magician is holding the audience in the palm of their hand. I've seen a lot of cases, and I can tell you that people are the least reliable kind of evidence.
That's not always true. People can also be the most reliable evidence.
Sorry, I tend to be pretty straightforward. Just know that I'm warning you for your own good. Anyway, you may investigate the scene of the crime yourselves if you're curious. Who knows, maybe you'll be able to come up with some new evidence.
And then we got our case book. All right. And that's where I'm going to call it today, so I can rest my voice. Oh, my controller's doing that thing where he's just gonna, like, tiptoe everywhere. Or he's sliding on the water, that could be too. But tomorrow we'll continue on. We'll do our investigation and prove Linny's innocence. As well as do some of our roles for Moivika. Don't quite have a 10 pull. I almost have a 10 pull. I have a 10 pull with glitter, but I do want to make sure I have glitter to pull Fischl out of the shop to get her C1 since I was unable to get it here. And you can see I don't have very much dust. I should have enough dust to get the wishes, I hope. But we'll see about that. I know definitely getting a wish out of the Stardust, we can do a 10 pull. So what are we working with? What are we working with here? 10, 20, 25 since Chaska. So, I mean, whatever it's going to throw at us with free wishes, we should be able to hit the 5-star, but we are on 50-50 for Moivika. I'll try my best to get Moivika, as doing as much stuff as I can, because I think she's going to be the more beneficial than getting Clorand. The only reason I do consider getting Clorand is because I have pieces for her. Such as like Nahida and Xingqiu. So I could act, and even Baiju as well for the healer aspect of it, or putting in Farina as opposed to Xingqiu, and making a Hyper Bloom team that way. So I honestly would like to be able to have something very concrete like that, since we are struggling a little bit with team compositions. But again, I think Moivika would help out a ton in just by replacing Zhangling in Mualani's team. So yeah, we got some stuff to work on. I will be back tomorrow with all that fun stuff, and it is telling me how to look for evidence, which is kind of funny. But I think what I'll do is tomorrow I'll go for on live with my main first. I might be able to actually get the 5-star within the pulls I have. I'm not sure, since I actually was pretty continuously rolling on Nubalette for a bit. So we can try first Lali first and see how my main does, and then come over here and continue on with Fontaine. I think that sounds like a plan. Have a happy and safe New Year's Eve, everybody. Enjoy your celebration with your friends and family, and I'll see you all tomorrow. And until then, take care.